Open borders-loving states within the European Union have been forced to set up tent cities after running out of places to put migrants. Having invited in tens of thousands of migrants from outside the bloc, the open borders-loving EU member states of Ireland and Germany are running out of places to put their newly acquired asylum seekers, and have now both been forced to open up tents to house would-be asylum seekers. Things are particularly bad in the case of Ireland, with the country in the depth of a housing crisis that is having a crippling effect on the livelihoods of the island's natives. According to a report by Der Spiegel, accommodation for migrants in Berlin has all but run out, forcing authorities to implement an emergency plan to increase availability. This reportedly involves the setup of a tent settlement with the capability of housing around 900 people, while authorities go digging for hostel rooms for new arrivals. Ireland has already set up a tent city on the site of a military base after authorities discovered they were unable to properly house a sizable portion of the over 40,000 migrants they invited in ostensibly from Ukraine. What's more, having already seemingly exhausted the available supply of hotel and hostel rooms for migrants, national authorities have reportedly moved on to trying to source lodgings from religious orders, with the Irish Times reporting that ministers were to be briefed on Wednesday as to the progress of this harebrained scheme. According to the publication, around 1,400 individuals claiming to be from Ukraine are arriving on average in the country each week, with ministers reportedly being told that the influx will likely continue at this rate for the remainder of the year. To make matters worse, the country has also experienced a massive spike in non-Ukrainian asylum seekers, with it being reported that the country is housing a record number of over 13,000 of these migrants in state and emergency accommodation. The pressure caused by the influx of both Ukrainian and non-Ukrainian migrants has caused the country's asylum system to begin to crumble, garnering criticism from both the general public, and even the migrants themselves. "I'm not a citizen of Ireland, but this is not a wise idea at all," Gript Media reports one Palestinian asylum seeker as saying in regards to Ireland's open borders asylum arrangement that involves explicitly having no cap on the number of arrivals. "There will be problems, no accommodation, high rent prices, and pressure on all institutions of the state," he continued. "And of course the citizens will feel that the government does not care about them as it does the refugees, so hate will escalate automatically." The migrant, who is to be moved to the country's aforementioned tent city, also expressed concern as to the suitability of the arrangement. "What will happen to us in the winter? And not to mention, most of our documents are going to be issued at this address: our PPS numbers, medical cards, and social welfare," he said. "To be honest, I don't know what politicians are planning for.